Okay, so in this final video, I'm going to go ahead and animate the three cylinders here, the X, Y, and Z. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of what's known as reverse animation. So if you look here, look at the location of the three axes. On frame 1, they're actually in a good ending spot right here. If you look and see, you can see that they're actually in a good spot. So what I'm going to do is I need to figure out what frame I want them to come in and rest on. So by looking at my camera view, so the 3D fades out, and then this is their final resting place. So that's going to be good there. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the very final end frame, which I'm going to say is going to be maybe, let me look at the finished animation. So the red, then the white, then the green, then the blue, and then it just holds for a little while there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and say on frame, maybe for me it's frame 770. Okay, so this is where they're coming to their final resting spot. So I'm going to go ahead and select the red cylinder, and I'm going to insert a location keyframe right here on frame 770. So this is what I mean by reverse engineering. What we're going to do is we're going to actually keyframe it backwards. I just keyframed it on its last resting spot, which is for frame 770. Now I select the Y cylinder, and I'm going to press insert a keyframe, location, and now the Z cylinder, and insert a keyframe on location. So now all I need to do is I'm going to just back things up. So I'm going to select my red cylinder, and I'm going to go ahead and go back to frame 1. And on frame 1, in my 3D view, you'll see that I'm going to move it off camera. So it's not on camera at all. So we can't see it in the first frame. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and insert that location keyframe there. I'm then going to go ahead and take the green cylinder, which is the Y cylinder, and I'm going to go ahead and move it far away from the camera. You can see way out here. Then I'm going to insert a keyframe in frame 1. And then last but not least, I'm going to go ahead and select the blue cylinder, cylinder Z, and move it. Just do G, Z, and grab it and move it up and off so nobody sees it, and it's right up here above the camera. And I'm going to insert, again, a keyframe there. Okay, so now if you go ahead and you see this, you'll see that because of the reverse animation, now they're all basically coming together. And by the time we hit frame 770, you will actually see all three come together. So they all come together at the end just fine. The only problem is that they're not coming in at the right timing. So I'm going to go ahead and save. And now I need to animate them individually. I need to give them some holding frames and all that kind of good stuff. So you can see over here on the left, you can see they're all coming in, but I need to now set it up so that it does it in the order that we want, which is X, then Y, then Z. Okay, so select your red X cylinder, and I'm going to come up here to my dope sheet because this is all done in the dope sheet here. I'm going to go ahead and close little blue names here so I can see the names. I'm going to press A so I deselect, I don't make any mistakes here. And I'm going to go ahead and I need to put in a holding keyframe. So what I basically need to do is I need to say that the red one maybe doesn't come in until, red one shouldn't be coming in until right about maybe frame 530. I'm going to say that the red one comes in, starts moving, or it holds until frame 530. Okay, so figure that out. So this is wrong here. It shouldn't be in here this far. But frame 530 is when I want it to come in. Okay, so the way that you do that is with, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the red cylinder's first keyframe here on frame 1, and I'm going to do Shift D and duplicate it, and I'm going to drag it out. And this is the easy part. I'm going to drag it out. Now I'm going to press G and grab it, and I'm going to get it right to about frame 530. Now, if you need to, you can zoom in, and you can make sure that it gets right there on frame 530. Okay, so now I'm basically telling it, you can see that this orange bar is here. That tells me that there's no change happening from frame 1 to 530. So now if I go ahead and look at this, I should not see any Z cylinder, or sorry, X cylinder until frame 530. So watch this. Now it starts to come in, and there it is. It comes in and it gets to its final resting spot. Okay, so now that we know how to do that, I'm going to go ahead and do that with the other 2 remaining cylinders, and then we'll call it a done production. So I'm going to go ahead and select my Y cylinder. Okay, so I had to make this a 2-part recording, so hopefully you can't really tell too much in the editing, but here we go. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and animate the green cylinder here so you can really see it. Okay, so the red one comes to rest right there. So make sure I got this right. Okay, so the red one so I need to play a little bit with the timing here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift right click and select this one here. I'm going to right click on this one here and press G to grab it too. I'm back. Okay, so you'll see that the 3D disappears, the red then comes in. Maybe I'll make the red come in a little bit sooner. Again, the way you do this is you just select a keyframe, you find the right keyframe, and then you can press G to grab it, and you can then go ahead and have it fire off. So as the 3D is coming in, going out, excuse me, the red X comes in. Okay, so the red cylinder, sorry, getting a little ahead of myself here. I'm going to have all 3 cylinders come in a little bit sooner, so that way I can do that there. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and take the green Y cylinder and I'm going to make the green Y cylinder, that's going to go ahead, I'm going to take its ending keyframe and I'm going to grab it and I'm going to move it beyond. So something like that. So now you can see that the red should come in first, then the green, and now what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the Z cylinder and I'm going to press G and grab that and move that to the right. So you can see, if you look up here in the dope sheet, this keyframe is the red cylinder coming in and resting, then it's followed by the green Y cylinder, and then it's followed by the blue Z cylinder. So they're coming in staggered now. So if I show you here, you'll see that they start coming in, and it's X, Y, and Z. The timing isn't as perfect as I would like it to be, but I can go ahead and I can tweak that. Okay, so for instance, again right here, I could say, all right, the Z is coming in way too early. So how do I fix that? It's real easy. All I do is come up here and select the first keyframe on the Z, and I just do Shift D, and I'm going to create a holding keyframe. And now, when I come here, it's holding. You can see it's holding in its position until I say go, and then it fires off. So you can see then it fires off. So now I need to do that exact same thing to the Y cylinder. So last move, I'm going to take this first frame, I'm going to do Shift D, and I'm going to go ahead and duplicate it out here. So now the way that it goes is the red X cylinder comes in, the Y cylinder is holding, the Y cylinder then comes in, and then the Z cylinder comes in. And again, I can right click and I can press G, right click to select and press G, and I can play with the timing here. So I can really make it just perfect. Something like that. Okay, so you look here, this is the X is holding. Now the red X cylinder comes in, it starts its journey. Then the Y, and then the Z. Finished, and that's it. Okay, I'm not going to show you actually how to render this. And actually, it looks like I went beyond. I went beyond my 810 frames. I will tell you this here. I went up to about frame 966, which I did not intend. However, the solution is really simple. Just come down here to the end, and I'm going to go ahead and type in 966 and hit return, and there you go. It's fine. Again, we can play with time a little bit, but that's basically it. You have your dope sheet, so you're probably going to be a little bit more accurate than I was doing this, and I think we're good to go. Okay, when I come back from the trip, I will show you how to render this, but for now, just get the project done, get it looking perfect, and you'll be all set. I'll see you when I return.